Now we know one thing, that the Earth have had five major extinctions on this planet. Five times in the history of the Earth, life have been destroyed to 90, 95%, 98%. Five times. Okay. We still don't understand how those things occurred. Like we're thinking the last extinction, the extinction of the dinosaurs. We believe that was caused by a meteor. As you heard, a meteor hit the earth and smashed the dinosaur. You all heard about that. But what science can't explain about that is because when that comet, whatever hit the earth in the Yucatan, if that was a single explosion, you should have a lot of that debris on this side of the world. And on the other side of the world, you should have a lot less. Because as you said, the things would spread out and thin out. When they look into the fossil record, the same thing you have on Mars, you have on the Earth. You have that layer of dirt where there's no life in between, after the age of the dinosaur and before the age of mammal. You have that thin layer of where there's nothing. They believe that thin layer is caused by the whatever hit in the Yucatan. But what science can't explain is that thin layer of nothing is uniform all around the planet. It's not thicker in some areas and thinner in other areas. Is uniform all over the planet. How could that be by a single hit? It doesn't make sense. And then you have books like the Urantia book and other books talking about that humanoid life was trying to be implanted on the earth several times, but it was unsuccessful until the extinction of the dinosaurs and until the extermination of the massive beast, and then humanoid life was finally successfully implanted on the earth. That doesn't sound like it was an accident. Okay. And who's to say that couldn't happen again tomorrow? We know so little. We know so little. And this is why we have invested hundreds of millions of dollars on these space probes. Okay. But not all the things we're doing is just for scientific purposes only. They're only letting us see a very, very, very thin amount of what they're actually doing. They do not want us to know what they're doing in deep space. They do not want us to know. Because, as I said, they are finding things, they're uncovering things. And some of these things, like that, when they go and explore places like this, they discover stuff which we don't even have the comprehension of. It would be fascinating if we could get our hands on all the pictures. But if we did, maybe it would just scare us to throw the covers over our heads. Maybe already the few pictures that they have released is showing us things that we cannot understand. What is that? And if things like that are being taken from outer space, that does not look natural. Is that a city? Or that some kind of complex? What is that? Now, before, you know, scientists believed that all life started on the earth and the earth started with the things in the ocean mixing together. But now even mainstream science believe that life started on Mars and then came to the earth because they have found evidence of things and microbes and things like that the picture doesn't fit together properly. And we know that that Mars was covered with oceans at a time where on the earth you only had the most basic of life. And it wasn't until Mars totally was devastated that life didn't really start on the earth until around 1.3, 1.5 billion years ago. Before that time, the earth had no life on it.